My name is Vasudha Sharma, and I am so delighted to connect to all of you with my beautiful journey as created through my work, public life, and also as a mother of two beautiful boys. I want to share a lot of things I discovered as I stepped out of my comfort zone, because I see and I hear a common theme nowadays where we are very affected by the thought, oh my God, that's going to be so hard. I don't know. Is it the right thing for me to do? I don't want to put myself through all this trouble. You know, there are all these different theories of self-doubt that surround us, cloud us, and sometimes makes us very unsure of things we are capable of. The reason I share this personal journey with you is because I think there is a lot of power in discomfort. Think about the last time when you grew as a person, really grew. You felt like it's like a new leaf. You felt like your life has given you so much all of a sudden. The growth was so palpable that you were so delighted. Think of that moment. Was it comfortable? Was that path comfortable when you got that moment? Probably not. Probably you had your own fair share of troubles, your own fair share of heartaches, and your own fair share of all the endurance you built when you were trying to get somewhere. So sometimes we do shy away from anything which can be very uncomfortable for us, but we have to think twice. In fact, if I look closely, every major turning point of my life, I have noticed discomfort was always there in the beginning. Nothing was easy. Nothing felt good. It created a lot of barriers sometimes that I just wanted to give up. And that's when the real story begins. When I talk about discomfort, I don't mean that you start embracing the suffering. You are enduring a 102-degree fever just to finish your commitments or your task you took at hand. You are putting your health at risk and trying to overachieve your targets. I don't mean that. Suffering is not the concept I embrace. It just simply means, like the moment we are stepping on a treadmill, to start building up some strength, some tone in our body, and we slowly increase our speed, and we start looking at our heart beating faster, and we see the gush of blood racing in our body, and we are trying to catch our breath as we are trying to build our strength. That's not suffering, that's enduring. And that's what I'm more interested in when I talk about discomfort. Sometimes when we look at anything which is uncomfortable, we try to dissociate with it, thinking it's not a great experience. But imagine all the great things, all the great achievements, all the great masterpieces which were created in this world, but not created around comfort. We forget the shaky first steps we took as a baby. Was it comfortable? Probably not. We forget the awkward attempts of those little children trying to stand up and build some strength in their legs so they don't fall. Was it uncomfortable? Probably it was. We forget when we were little children in the school. Sometimes we will not raise our hand and we will think, oh, I shouldn't ask this. It sounds foolish. We didn't want to step out of comfort. We didn't want to be laughed at. We didn't want to be able to get ourselves in a vulnerable situation. And that is something which we choose, a choice we have created around our life, to be comfortable or to be uncomfortable. And that's where the real story begins. But here's the truth. Comfort is our enemy because it can stop us from growing, getting to where we are meant to be. Comfort can make us feel good, but it'll keep us exactly where we are. I remember a lesson of biology when I share this with you. There was a concept I was trying to learn called hemostasis. And I thought, what a beautiful thing it is. everything in harmony. Everything is there where it's supposed to be. Hemostasis is that perfect balance where nothing is seeking something else. And life is about our struggle. Life is about our constant endeavor to get to hemostasis. But it is not hemostasis. Same way is discomfort. That constant feeling where you're trying to get to the point which is getting you better. It's not the best, but it's making you better. And this is not about going at the tip of a mountain and staying there. This is about enduring your journey to get to the top, get to the goal, get to the milestone you're meant to go. This is an endless journey, and this journey cannot be achieved if you are surrendering to comfort every day. Therefore, I do feel discomfort is what will pull you forward, will help you take that next step, will guide you to the spots, to the areas, to the path, to the milestones which you dreamt about. That's why embracing discomfort is the true essence of your personal growth. Think about the first time when you started your job. Were you comfortable? You had so much to learn. You had so many people expecting to deliver to the best of your capability. And you were trying to do that. That was discomfort. And that discomfort built your experience, built your know-how, built your talent, which you have today. But why don't we value discomfort as much as we should? Why don't we see the true hidden energy, the power which we had through that journey? And that is the goal of this conversation. When we try to look at ourselves through the lens of discomfort, things can become possible. Things will look possible. You could see the capabilities you thought you never had. You could see the wind under your wings that you never felt. You could get the steam in your spirits, which you never thought existed. Discomfort is not a barrier. It's a signal that you're expanding. You're getting to the bigger version of yourself. It's a signal to show that you have the power and it is always inside you. Discomfort is the signal to show how capable you are. Discomfort is the signal which is like your North Star. You know when you see discomfort that you're going to grow and you're going to get there. The problem is that we are conditioned to look at this signal in a certain way. When we look at the sign of anything which can make us a bit nervous, a bit unsure, a bit uncomfortable, and we feel like we need to walk away from it, we forget that we need to look closer. We need to look harder. And often we just look at it as a sign, which means stop, turn around, go back. Now, I want to ask you a question. Do you feel that's what we should do every time we are looking at discomfort? Probably not. When I see my patients on a daily basis, some of them have chronic condition. They are recovering from stroke. Some are athletes recovering from injuries. Some of my patients grew weakness as a result of aging. Now imagine if these people who were training with me looked at the discomfort and walked away on day one, never wanting to get stronger because it felt so hard, never wanting to heal because it was so painful, and never wanting to get on their feet, literally to stand up, because it just wasn't up to them to endure it. Imagine if all of them did that. Would they ever be able to have that journey to grow into independence with their mobility? Probably not. Imagine these people looked at their muscle soreness as a sign to stop. Imagine if these people looked at their difficulty, their challenge to do a certain activity and they wanted to stop. Imagine, would they able to participate in this training? No, they will not. The sign of soreness was not the sign to quit. The sign of challenging activity to stand up was not the sign to give up. The sign that it is so hard that I cannot even lift this amount of weight was not a sign that it should never be a goal. All these people, they trained with me, and I have been a clinician for almost 20 years now, and I see it nearly on a very regular basis, where people, when they are so close to their goals, are the times when they really want to give up. When people think that there'll never be a day which will be good enough for them to get into the version they want for themselves. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a perfect day. Today is the day. Today is the time. And now is the moment which it should happen. That's what the power of discomfort brings to you. Discomfort is strengthening. Discomfort is stretching. Discomfort is awakening. Look at discomfort, at all those positive things these people were able to achieve when they put themselves out of their comfort zone. Every time we choose discomfort, we are choosing growth over stagnation, over that homeostasis, which I was talking about. We are letting ourselves take that leap, take that giant step towards that little dream we had, that great idea we had, that possibility we had, which maybe we shut the door just by thinking today is not a good day. And here's the beautiful part: dividends. The rest becomes so much easier and better. The more you face it, the better it gets. Your threshold expands, your confidence expands, your world expands. So the next time a little voice in your head is telling you, not today, and you hear a very familiar resistance, let's not do it. A tightness in your chest holding you back. Oh my God, I don't think I can take it. And the flutter in your stomach making you nervous about doing something which is meaningful and impactful, which is important for your journey. This is what growth feels like. This is what becoming better feels like. And this is the price of life I want to pay. So next time you feel the familiar resistance, you feel that tightness in your chest, the flutter in your stomach, and the voice that says, maybe not today. Let's stop, breathe, and remind yourself, this is what growth feels like. This is what becoming better feels like. This is the price of everything I want in my life I need to pay feels like. Remind yourself. Lean into it. Step towards it. Because on the other side of the discomfort lies strength, lies confidence. On the other side is the version you are trying to reach for yourself. Discomfort is not punishment. It's preparation. It's power. And it's for you to choose it.